there everybody, my name is Shadow Phoenix. Welcome to this episode of some Planet Coaster. Once again, we are back in Vista View, and I'm recording as actually kind of live as we speak here. So I have decided, since I'm out of time-lapse videos and I don't have anything else to record in the park right now at the moment because I'm still building at the moment, yeah, so I thought, let's do one last video of the park and kind of show off what we have so far. And we'll talk about things as we kind of progress in the park. So this is going to be kind of a little bit of a walkthrough, mostly of Main Street and stuff. And I decided to do this at night because I realized I haven't actually showed you guys what the park looks like at night. And I think it looks wonderful. I'm still got a lot more lights and stuff to put around in certain places, but so far so good. I especially love this shot right here, right, looking right at the entrance of the park. Isn't that just, I love the colors of this. If you go at 6:30 p.m. at night, it looks just wonderful. I love the sky at this time of night, and this park is just outstanding at this time. Alright, so, we don't have much back here. You can tell so far, we'll talk a little bit about what I have been doing here lately, which is I've taken the park into scenario mode and put it in the scenario editor, and I've been working on the terrain and stuff that we have around the front of the park here. So I was hoping to open up more terrain in the back of the park. We did get a little bit, but not much. But there's like a ton of like space up front. So I don't know, we'll do maybe... I was kind of thinking about maybe trying to do a ski resort or something off to the side. Maybe like some slopes and maybe a ski lift or something. And that's kind of like maybe the opening of the park, kind of like something else that's offered there. But yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and we're gonna walk in. Well, we'll walk around this actually a little bit. Let's go over here. A Kinder Fudge or a Kinder Fudge. That was something as a reference I put to all of the fudge shops that are in the Bro Coaster series and Kinderly and his fudge shops. I don't really know the story about that, and he doesn't even like fudge. It's just kind of an in-joke among the Bro Coaster guys and stuff, and I thought it was funny, and I don't know, I just threw that in there for some reason. So let me see. I don't think this is going to work. I think I have these guys measured so that when the train comes into the station, then the little guys came out here. Yep, I don't have it set up yet. So it does, or will have a trigger effect. So when the train comes into the station, these little guys come out right up here up front. And they kind of ring a bell. So let's go ahead and we're going to go into the park here so we can see some of this here. Here's our ticket entrances and stuff. It's a very, very large park, so I thought a lot of ticket entrances and stuff will go down here. And this park is sort of realistic, but sort of not realistic. It's very fantasy. Like, it's not something that will probably ever be built. But it is more along the lines of some of the European parks, such as, off the top of my head, like Efteling and some of those places like that. You know, who they put a lot of money into theming and stuff, unlike like Six Flags or something. And I do a lot of Six Flags type parks. So this is my first time ever doing sort of a European park. Now let's take a look at the back of the entrance here, and we'll just kind of look at this here. One of my favorite things that I did, I talked about it in the video, the time-lapse video, was this up here, using the custom windows and stuff to make like new windows. And I even made my own shutters and stuff on that as well, which I thought came out really well. I don't have a staff building, so my workers are kind of just sitting around really kind of like angry at me at the moment because I haven't given them anything. Over here on this side, this is the exits and entrances, these towers on each side. I think the left side is the entrance, and this is the exit over here. And I haven't done anything on the interior of this yet, so we won't really go in there. But and then we have some bathrooms over here on the side as well. And let's look at another one of my favorite things. One of the other first things I created in the park was our floral clock. I do wish that worked, but unfortunately it doesn't. And somebody in my videos pointed out that this right here is off, and they are absolutely correct. I did not realize that until they pointed it out, and I still have yet to correct that, but I will. I threw up some fountains on each side over here as well. And I'm not sure I like the flower pattern either, so we may do something with the flowers a little bit later on as well. But for now, I really like how that looks. It is beautiful. That gazebo up there too. I didn't do the gazebo. I cannot remember who did do the gazebo. I will definitely have to find that, and I will put it in the comment, or not the comments, but I'll put it in the description below of who did that. But let's take a closer look at it because it's beautiful. I did alter it some. I think I changed some of the flowers and stuff around it, around the bottom of it, and just kind of did a little bit of editing. But overall, yeah, I didn't make the gazebo. Alright, let's see. Let's go up this side because I really want to kind of show off this case over here. Now, we also have another gazebo thing over here as well, which is right in front of Avalanche, which is our dive coaster. And a lot of people ask me, you know, for POVs and stuff of Avalanche. I won't do one because this coaster looks amazing when you are just off of it, when you're not actually riding it. When you ride the coaster, it is complete jank. The corners are sharp. It's not very smooth at all. It's just horrible. And no matter how much smoothing and how much work I put into it, I can't get it smooth. The only thing I'm going to be able to do to actually smooth it out is going to be the 4-meter technique, which is not something I'm willing to take the time to actually do. So that will never happen. We will try to do some custom supports and stuff on it though, because I don't like how that support kind of comes out there. But let's move over to this side. Another thing I haven't actually gotten into yet to finish off our main streets and stuff here is the area kind of right around this right here. So I plan on doing some kind of like covered walkway as the entrance to this ride. Haven't gotten to that yet. I have toyed around with it a little bit, but I couldn't get the hang of it. So let's take a look at our main building right here on this side. This is a beautiful building. I love that clock. And I did all this myself, actually. So I thought this just came out so well. And yeah, I'm gonna be bragging a lot about my work here because I love this park so much. I have been working on this park since the game actually released. Like the day the game came out, this was my first park I started creating on. We're more than a year into the game being released, and I'm still working on this park. But it is coming out so well. And the reason behind that, I probably might be actually done by now had I not accidentally saved over top of the files, which is what prompted Vista View 2.0, which is what you're seeing here. So I had to rebuild almost a lot of this stuff, but the rebuilding actually was not bad because it worked out really well. I'm really proud of this area here as well, which I got a lot of inspiration from. Almost all of these buildings out through here, the inspiration came from Disney. Some inspiration in the park comes from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg as well. But this area right here and that building right there are Disney inspirations for sure. I don't think I'll be replacing these with actual like picnic tables in the game. I like these the way they are because I didn't do these. These are on the workshop, some kind of like iron chairs and iron tables and stuff, and these things are absolutely amazing. And I wanted to keep those, and I love the little umbrellas too. So we won't be changing these out to actual picnic tables at all. Then we had the little tunnel there that goes over to the other side, which we will head over there just in a minute. So let's go take a look down here. Now, these two buildings here actually came from some photos I found while I was searching some Bavarian architecture. And just like Alpine architecture, Bavarian architecture, things like that. I found a picture of two buildings that look exactly like this. The difference being they're swapped. So the little one is on the right and the big one is on the left. But I swapped them out this way because I thought it worked better this way. And I did my best to kind of recreate them as close as I possibly could to the actual photo references. I didn't change much there. That moon is beautiful. I love the graphics in this game so much. Alright, and then we have this little building right here, which I still don't know what this building is going to be just yet, but it's kind of connected to the other one, so it's going to be shops and some other stuff. And then we will walk around this way here towards our fest house and around this area. So I started building a Alpine Main Street and ended up doing a whole little village area at the beginning of the park here, which we will kind of check out. Here is a wonderful Waltzer skin made for the Hyper or something. I don't even remember what this thing is called in the actual game, but somebody made a Waltzer skin for it. Now, a Waltzer is an old-time version of this ride. Maybe back in the 40s, 50s, something like that. They were called Waltzers, and they were decorated like this, and they were, you know, like a waltz, like a dancing waltz, and they had these organ players and stuff right here, which is why we do this over here like that. I just don't actually have it playing right now at the moment, and I don't actually have that one on. Again, there needs to be some more lighting and stuff over here, but I kind of mixed this in. Now this is, as you can see, there's the other side of Main Street over there. Man, the lighting in that is beautiful. Oh, that came out so well. Just these buildings just kind of formed from necessity. I just kind of made them as I went, the best I possibly could. The designs didn't really come from anything other than just my own head, because I was like, okay, let's see, what can we do with this? And then just started placing pieces and experimenting with pieces, and that's how we ended up getting what we have here on this side of the park. So we'll just kind of take a look around this a little bit. Like I said, that's just all we're doing, is just kind of looking around in the park today. Just kind of doing an overview, kind of a walk through, walk around, showcase kind of video. And now let's take a look at our Ferris wheel. There's some interior on this building of the Fest House, which is not done. Now the Fest House came from what I found from Williamsburg, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. They have something called the Fest House, and it's like this big indoor eatery. So what we are eventually going to do, I do have, as you can see, going in here, I've put ceilings in it, I've put path and stuff down over the other side, I've got shops in here, walls. We're going to place down a floor at a later point, and we are also going to put in picnic tables and stuff in here as well, probably the round ones, I think. And this will be where people can come in here and kind of eat and sit and stuff, and I think that'll be a nice little eating area in there. And we will walk down this way. Back in here is Steel Wolf, which I did a POV of. Now this park has never been open to the public yet. It is only still in all testing phases and everything. I've never opened this to the general public of Planet Coaster at all, because I never really felt like, I'm saving my frames per second basically. And if I open it to the peeps, then all the AI and stuff, there goes everything. But here we have the entrance and the custom supports and stuff I did, which I may redo those custom supports eventually, but I don't know if I will or not, because they do kind of work, but there is a way I could make them better. But it'd be a whole lot of work to redo all that, and I don't know if I'm ready to put that much work into this park, considering I'm trying to finish it right now. But this is Steel Wolf, our classic aero coaster. The drop goes down this way. So we're going to head around this way. I have the flashlight mod on, well, not mod, but I had the flashlight on the game. Now, some people don't know this, but if you're in the dark, if you have it on nighttime, if you hit L, your camera has a flashlight view. You can turn L on, like just hit L and it turns the flashlight on and off. Here, I'll show you real quick. See? No flashlight. Flashlight. It's something I didn't even know was in a game until somebody told me. So for those out there who did not know that, if you're watching this video, there you go. That's a neat little trick that we learned in the game. So there's its corkscrews. It's a classic aero double loop corkscrew coaster. I would say it's more custom than anything. I think the game was just saving there. That's why the frames kind of dropped a little bit there. Alright, so here we are back at the beginning of the park. So let's head back up here. We're going to go on the left side of Main Street now, and we're going to take a look at these buildings here. Oh, that beautiful Ferris Ferris wheel. Let's get another look at that. Not Ferris wheel. Carousel. Beautiful carousel. If I said Ferris wheel in the beginning when I was talking about this, I meant carousel. Alright, and then we have our swings over here. And I think the coloring, look how the lights come off of that at night. Isn't that just, this game is beautiful. Now, you can probably, if you notice in the very top left-hand corner, which may not be too noticeable on YouTube or not, but you will see that I have a FPS counter at the top, which is the Steam FPS counter. It's very, very small, which I like it that way. But I'm getting in an average of 40 to 46 frames per second in this park right now with it running. And that's with all of this on my system. If you're interested in what my system specs are, by the way, they are down below. As I say at the end of every one of my videos, they are underneath of the video in this video's description. You can find the links to all of my pieces and stuff that I use to build my computer, each and every part. Alright, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. Well, let's look at this building. So this building here is based off of a building at Kings Island, which is my home park, as you guys know. It is on their main street, and it is a Starbucks, I think, currently, so I decided to make it a Street Fox coffee. But it is completely based and referenced off of that building there. We'll probably try to do somewhat of an interior in it at some point. And you'll notice I don't have any lights in that. I will probably put some at some point. I don't think I have any lights on the other side of the park over there either, so it might be a little dark over there. And we'll go in the daylight here in just a minute when we start looking at a few other things in the park. But for now, let's look at this. Now this here, this is just something I just kind of built on my own. It's not based off of anything. The original version of Vista View, I built the left side of the park, this side of the park, all by hand, with no photo references or anything like that. Everything was custom done by me. And the right side of the park was all workshop items. So now, in version 2.0, and then both sides of the street are all done by me. No workshop items. Except for the chairs and tables over there, that's it. This building here, kind of my own ideas. I liked using the wafers, and then I stuck these pieces in like sideways, or basically with just the ends jutting out to make these diamonds. I thought it was a really cool texture, so I went with that. And yeah, I love how that works. It's on the front of the entrance up there as well, and the back of it too. One thing I really want to point out is this over here, which came out absolutely awesome. I wasn't sure how this was going to come out, but it worked really, really well by taking these pieces, painting them gray, and then making this little arch entry right in there. That worked perfect. And then we have this. I think this is based off of a hotel somewhere, but I'm not sure where. I don't even remember the name of it, but it's just reference photos and stuff I found by looking up Alpine and Bavarian architecture and stuff, and that's how I found pictures, and that's what a lot of this stuff comes from, as I said before. So, alright, before we head around to the left, let's take another last look at Avalanche here. I haven't figured out what kind of fence I'm going to do right here across this, but it will have some sort of fence. I just don't know what kind yet. There's where it comes down. So it dives down underneath the bridge right here. It goes through a 0G row into a sideways loop. I can't remember what. Oh, I'm yawning. Sorry. Every time I record a video, I do this. So it goes into this like sideways kind of loop, and then into an Immelman where it comes back into a corkscrew before going over this little airtime hill and into this. Now I'm probably going to do this as a splashdown pool, most likely. So that will come a little later on. We still have a little more work to do. Let's look at, I don't think I've showed this off much. I don't know if I ever did a video on this or not because it's not 100% done yet. So let's go up here and let's look at the entrance and the building and the station and stuff for Avalanche. which is one of my favorite buildings in the park. I have many favorite buildings. I haven't done much of an interior on it yet, so pay no attention to that. It's still a work in progress. But it mostly kind of reminds me of like a chalet, like a ski chalet, and that's exactly what I wanted, so. And then the back of it back here it's not good because I still need to work on that. And I would love to ride this coaster for you, and if it ever ends up being smoothed out and fixed, then at that point, you know, maybe we'll do some kind of overview of it or something. But for now, it's gonna stay just the way it is, which is, you know, it's jank. As beautiful as it is, it was one of my first coasters I made ever, and it, yeah. See right there where it kind of like, I don't know, it does weird things on the track, and it's Planet Coaster's fault. It's not mine. It will not smooth out, and riding it just feels so bad. So, alright, let's head over here. This is the beginning of this area of the park over here past our Teacups ride is going to be more of a fairy tale village. I had sent a message to someone who is very good at doing fairy tale stuff. In fact, I'm using a few of her items here from the workshop. This building here. And the other side, which is the exact same building, just turned a different way with these arches and stuff. I think it's called Fairy Tale Shops or something like that. It's by Delay Designer, a wonderful creator here on YouTube, and I think she does some Twitch on occasion as well. I think you guys may have heard from her, you know, or heard of her. So I went and I messaged her a while back ago and see if maybe she would want to collaborate just a little bit on this area that's back in there, which I would kind of give a little bit of peek to, but it's really not very good, so we're gonna skip that. And see if maybe she wanted to work on this area with me and kind of maybe fill it out a little bit. Unfortunately, she was too busy at the time. She had too many things going on and did not have the time to actually work with me. Which is sad because I really would love to have her come in and just add her own little spin to it. But I've been away from the park for a while, and I kind of lost my mojo with it. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. Now I'm kind of back at it. I've been working in the park some here lately on Twitch. So if you guys watch my Twitch streams, you will know that I have been working in Vista View. And it's going to... I got some ideas for this area, which we'll be working on soon. So they're not finished or anything, but you know, I mean, they're not. What's the word I'm looking for? They're not fleshed out enough that I can start work on it just yet. And I'm also actually kind of working on some other stuff at the moment in the park. So, but once I finish that section, I'm probably going to come back over here and probably work on this side of the park a little bit. So let's go over here. Here we are. This is if you come from Main Street you go through the tunnel right there next to our Star Fox Coffee. You'll be ending up over here. And we have the Troika ride, which I can't remember what they call it in the game, but I call it a Troika. Troika, I think is what it is at Cedar Point. But this is going to get some fencing and a few other things, and we're going to flesh this out a little bit more as well. So let's look at this building over here. You have the back of the buildings, and yes, I did do some work on the back of the buildings too to make them not just bare. These little hanging planters right here, these you can find on my workshop if you want. The workshop, my Steam workshop is down in the links below underneath the video. These are in my workshop if you would like to grab them for yourself. Or you can make them yourself, you know, whatever you want. But, you know, get them from my workshop would be great. And if you guys want to leave a thumbs up on those, that would be awesome as well. You can find lots of cool stuff in my workshop, really. Self-promoting there. And we'll take a look on this side of the building as well here just a little bit. Let's look here. And the terrain it's not all flat. Some people will say that this entire area everything's flat in your area. It's not. This is little hills and stuff here, if you'll notice. Like right in front here, the way it goes up right there. The entire main street is up on an entire another level from our entrance and stuff. And the same thing goes for the other side. Here I am yawning again. It goes up the other side as well over there by Steel Wolf. You'll see that there are inclines and stuff. This guy is just, I think he's just a zombie or something. I don't know what his deal was. And I just noticed this. For some odd reason, I have a path shutting off from there. I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to fix that. Jot that down on a piece of paper for later. Alright. So these are just going to be shops and stuff where maybe, I don't know, candy, fudge shops, gift shops. I don't know what they are. They're shops. People will go in there. They will buy stuff, either to eat or to have. More zombies. There's zombies all over the park. And that leads us over here to what used to be called Time Spiral. I'm still tweaking this coaster a little bit. It's not 100% finished. We just got some awesome new gears and stuff and cogs and things with the new adventure pack, which I may try to go back in here and work a little bit on our clock. And this is supposed to be a cuckoo clock, in case anybody is curious. Some people were like, they didn't quite get the idea behind what I was doing with the ride and stuff. But it's a cuckoo clock is where I got the inspiration for this little piece right here at. And the cuckoo, instead of the cuckoo bird coming out, the coaster comes out the top of it, and that's what the a little bit of background about this, and I never really thought about it much before, but I guess what we can do is, I mean, I did have a story, but when I first started building this, I didn't really have any story at all. So the park itself is developed by a fudge candy company out of Switzerland, we'll say, or Germany. And they have like tons of money. Back in, they made a lot of money in the candy business and the fudge business back in the, we'll say, 60s and 70s. And they opened this little park here, and then they got into broadcasting and started making cartoons and stuff on, like different things. So a little bit like, I believe it's called Plopsaland, which is a, don't kill me if I'm wrong on this, because I really don't know, but I think it's Dutch. Plopsaland is maybe Dutch. And they have like different TV shows and cartoons and stuff that they do, kind of like Heidi the Ride and things like that. So that's what this is a little bit kind of like. Now, American-wise, this is based off a little bit of the story behind Hanna-Barbera, Kings Island, and all that. So the original developers of Kings Island stuff had a deal with Hanna-Barbera, and that's why almost all the rides and all the characters and stuff of Kings Island, Kings Dominion, and all their parks that they owned at the time were all Hanna-Barbera characters. Flintstones. Oh shoot, why can't I not remember these characters? The Smurfs. They had Smurf stuff in there too. Jetsons, Flintstones, Snaggletooth, all cartoons and stuff that I grew up on, which is probably why I enjoy Kings Island so much. But and these were all cartoons and stuff, and they had the development and stuff with them. So our ride is based off of a cartoon about a time traveler and his associates called Dr. Cogsworth. So the original ride was called Time Spiral. You can see the original one. I have videos on my channel of it, and now I think it's going to be called something more like Dr. Cogsworth's Magnificent Machination or something like that. A Magnificent Machine or something, I think is what it's going to be called now. It's a long name, but I really like it. And the name of it is going to go right over top of this. Something right before the game, I accidentally saved over top of the game. I was working on the ride entrance and stuff. But then I had to start all over, so... But it's a good thing. Like I said, the fact that I lost everything, I mean, yeah, it's bad. All that work lost, right? So much time I'm putting into it. But this version of the park is 10 times better, I do believe. So here we have, this is the entrance, and we have a nurse, like a first aid station in there, as well as bathrooms on this side. And then this will be the entrance, so you... No, actually, this is the exit. This is the exit to the ride right here. The entrance is over there. So let's go over here, and I was actually showing this off just a little bit ago, but let's go over here and look at this. So, I figured out you can change the colors on the clocks. I had never tried it before, and then I started playing around with it when I was trying to theme this ride right here. And this thing is awesome. So I think this, we're going to call this Time Spiral. instead of the coaster. And the coaster will be Dr. Cogsworth's Magnificent Machine, and based off the cartoon. So a flat ride to kind of go with every coaster. That's the way I like to build. And this is what this is right here. And this is absolutely stunning at night. The teal green, the yellow, and gold, it's just beautiful. I love it so much. Alright, from there, we're going to head over here. And we're just going to cut through the park here that's not done yet. So we're going to cut through our... No, you know what? Let's head all the way across the park. Right. We don't want to show off too much of that. So let's go down. We're going to go through the Fest House here. And we're going to come out the other side. Now, this is going to be some stuff you guys haven't seen yet in some of this area. And a lot of this stuff you actually haven't seen too much of. I've only done like construction videos, time-lapse videos. And let's look at the other side of Fest House here. This is more modeled after the Fest House from Busch Gardens. The idea for it came from there, but this side of the park, or this side of the building, is more modeled after the Busch Gardens Williamsburg version. Very festive. And what this side of the park is going to be is more of an Italy, Italian, very colorful kind of alpine village type of thing. I've done this these fountains and stuff here. And then behind it you can see the Enterprise. I call it the Enterprise. I can't remember what it's... Again, another flat ride I don't know the name of in Planet Coaster. So we're still finishing this up a lot. And then you guys will probably remember this from my time-lapse videos. We have our antique car rides right over here. Oh, here comes one now. And it's bright purple colors there. With our test dummies on it. I'm wasting so much gas testing these things because these things are gas powered. We also, like I said in the construction video and stuff of it, you can see I've been trying to change the colors and making it more colorful. Originally it was too... I like to say classic. It was white and black, and it's very Victorian and classic looking for someone, and I didn't care for that because it really wasn't fitting my theme. So I decided to splash it up with some color and make it more of the area. And I built this little off path right here. So, and then we parked a couple in the station because it's a non-working station with different colors to make it look like this is where, you know, they gas the cars up, or if the cars need repair, they park them over there. Just a little parking lot. And we will go over here, you know, lots of flowers and stuff. And let's look at the bridge, because I painted the bridge too. So as you can see there, everything got a bit of a paint job to it. And let's look at our Enterprise slash Skylab slash whatever this is. Something I've been toying around with is theming this thing a little bit. And I've went ahead and I've put planks all the way around it. This was a pain in the ass, as well as this thing right here in the middle too, which is kind of my little tent like thing. It's supposed to be a tent anyway. And once I finish with this, you can kind of repaint those. You can make this more of a casino based, you know, you make it look like a roulette table or something like that, which I think would be kind of cool. Not much else over here. We have the scramblers are going to go over here. The dodgems are over here. We got a train station that'd be going in. We have this tower ride right here. Why are the tower rides so tall? Technically, this one isn't actually that tall. This is actually very realistic. These things are actually about 300 feet tall. So this one's actually somewhat realistic, but it just takes up so much space. There's the Matterhorn. Ooh, apparently it's not working today. This one, we're going to keep the layout, but we're going to turn this into a side friction coaster, I do believe. Over here is where the train station is going to go. So you get off the train and you'll pass by the dodgems, the bumper cars. And the bumper cars are, of course, right next to the antique cars. So that's going to be a kind of, well, once this area is finished, you guys will see my vision. And then we have the swings over there as well. The giant swing. And here's our hyper coaster, Mordwand. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, if you got anybody from like Europe who can, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please try to tell me how to pronounce it, because I would actually like to know. But it's a really cool word, Mordwand, which means murder wall, I think. But yep, their game's saving again. That auto save always makes the game jerky. And I still don't know why I'm still in night vision, but I love the lighting and stuff in this game. It's so cool. Alright, and that will do for this area of the park. And you guys can see what we're going to do. I will give a little bit of a hint about what is coming. So the tunnel leading up to that is going to be like an ice tunnel. We're going to hang some icicles and stuff from the top of it, and we're going to do some cool stuff with this. So give me time. I am working on it. It's just a slow process because I've got so many things going on and everything like that. So here we will have, we're going to rump up here. This is turning out to be a much longer video than I expected. There's going to be some stuff up here. I'm not going to tell you what. I will say we're going to do a dark ride. We're going to do 2 dark rides in the game, and we're in this park actually. I won't give too much more information about that away. That is really red over there. Wow, that is very red. Alright. There we have our inverted coaster. Can't remember the name of that. But it needs some love, and it will get love eventually. Lots of loving. Let's go down here and let's take a look at our wooden coaster, which was before called Thunder Run, but I think I may change the name of that. I don't know if I'm going to keep Thunder Run or not. And then we have Timber over here as well, which is our swing. Lots of stuff from the original part coming back. Oh, look at that. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh, absolutely stunning. I love this section of the coaster right over here with the water coming down. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And it kind of runs through a ravine, and we're going to follow the track down here because I want to show you guys this as well. So I've been playing around with billboards, and I found I didn't like the way that the water looked because it was showing the ground underneath of it. And what I started doing was placing like colored art shapes, like dark green or like bluish, dark bluish, and trying to get more of a water effect. And it really just wasn't giving me what I wanted. So I decided to try my hand at billboards. So I found a water texture. It's literally a video. And it's kind of repeating itself there, as you can see. You can't really see it as well here as another spot, which we will go to in just a minute. And then I also have done these waterfalls right here as well. To give it a cool effect as you come around the corner there. None of this is done at all. There's still a lot more work to be done in this section. We got to do all the planks and stuff across through there. We got to do more rocks, more foliage work, and up into there. So yeah, that's what I've been working on here recently. And yeah, we can jump out of this here. So, and let's go down over here. Let's go across our bridge. I want to show you guys what I've been working on for the last week or so. This is not finished yet. I've only done one side, but you guys can get an idea of what's going to happen there. So we're going to have the water come down on both sides of it. I got the idea because Dollywood has a log flume that does something very similar to this. I think it's called Daredevil Falls, if I'm not mistaken. And it has these like waterfalls on each side of the drop, and I thought that was really cool. So I tried recreating it, and Vista View 1.0, and it worked out awesome, so we are doing it again in this version with some changes. And here's what I wanted to show you guys over here. The billboard graphics. Look at this. Is that not fantastic? You can kind of see a line a little bit if you're looking close enough, but at night that really shines. That is so wonderful. And we've been recreating our log flume from the first version of this park as well. Ripsaw Plunge. Things are coming out really, really well with this. It's looking fantastic. Not everything is done on it, but you guys can get an idea. Warning, you will get wet. This will be a triggered effect, so when the boats come around right there, you can kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see at night. The water effects don't really show up too well at night, but it's got a spurt that kind of, so it squirts the water on you right there. I told you, you're gonna get wet. And there we have it. So that is what I've been working on, guys, as you can see. So we will be showing off some more of this. I know I asked you guys what you thought about time-lapse videos, and most of all of you who did bother to actually write said you prefer the time-lapse videos. So we're going to try to keep some of that in there, but I'm also going to do more of like just showcases as well, because I want to showcase what I'm doing so you guys can see, you know, kind of stay up to date, and I can talk about it, and you guys can see in more detail what I'm doing. Because I do kind of feel like this is a discussion that we've been discussing on Bro Nation, the Bro Coaster Discord channel, about time lapses not being as popular and stuff like that. Now you guys apparently are, you know, you say you prefer the time lapses, so but I guess the consensus is that they're not, you know, everybody's done, it's like it's so 2017, and you know, we're moving into 2018 here, and I want to get more viewers, more subscribers and stuff to really see what all I can do in Planet Coaster. So hopefully this video will kind of show some people what I can do, as opposed to just doing time lapses, which are just, you know, sometimes you can't really see what's going on in those, and they're just run by so quick, and you don't really get a full effect of everything that I've been doing. So hopefully this video is a good showcase of the work and stuff that I can do. I know you guys love my Crystal Garden series, so you know, we will try to do a little bit more of this, a little less time lapse, but we'll still get some time lapses in there as well, I think, from time to time. I just I don't have any time lapse footage currently. Everything I've have recorded from this park we have went through. I've went through all of the recorded footage. It's all posted now, all the way up to this. This is where I left off at. This is the park in its current form, where we have been working on it in Twitch. And I'm glad you guys were able to come with me and journey through the park today. I can't wait to see you on my Twitch streams if you tune in. And definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the park so far. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, and you know, your especially the long comments. I love the long comments. Like David LaSpring, thank you so much for all the comments and the love that you've given me on the YouTube. I love your comments. They're detailed. They are great. I also want to say there was one person who wrote a comment. It was a wonderful comment, but you had mentioned something about Channel 5 in it. And my reply to that comment may have sounded a little bit like bad in a way. It wasn't towards you. It was just towards that creator, I say, in general, but not towards you. I appreciate your comments, and I'm glad that you think I am awesome and everything like that. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say my thoughts about Channel 5. Channel 5 is a complete waste of air, in my opinion. He barely creates anything himself. All he does is he monetizes his videos. Well, I mean, I'll monetize mine as well, but that's not the point. Mine is all my work. Most all my work. There's a few things that, like that over there, which is not mine, but it's so perfect for this park. But I give credit to the creators, and I don't steal other people's creations to make my videos. I make my videos with the work and stuff that I do, and therefore I feel very, very different to that. However, if all you do is go on the workshop and download people's stuff and then make videos of it, then yeah, that you're a cancer. Channel 5 is a cancer to creators and is everything I despise about YouTube in general. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yeah, I do not like it. I do not like the channel. He basically, the more money you donate to his Patreon, the better you are featured on his channel. So yeah, I mean, if you want to pay money to have your stuff featured, then by all means go ahead and do that. That is completely up to you, but I think it's a waste of money. If your stuff is good, then your stuff is good. You know, you don't need to pay somebody money to do that. So by saying this, I also want to say that there is a new thing called Planko Spotlights. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, but it's from Lady Design or Delay Designer. The Bro Coaster and Bro Nation guys are in that as well. There's quite a few of great designers. I think Rudy is in that, Adfo. Lots of people are doing that right now, and they're showcasing people's works. And they don't do it for money. It's for charity. Every proceeds, all donations, everything they get from that channel goes towards charity, which is, you know, much, much better. It's not people, it's not somebody who's whining and complaining because, you know, oh my God, if you guys don't support me, I can't make your video, I can't make more videos. It doesn't cost anything to make these videos. I'm about to lose my partnership with YouTube because of their new policies. Donations and stuff are fantastic, but it doesn't mean because, you know, if I'm not making any money at it, am I going to stop creating? No. I don't do this to make money. I do this to entertain. I do this to show off my work. I do this for you know, I want to be known as doing something great. I want to be known in a community for being good at the game, and that's pretty much why I do it. Not for money. The money helps, especially since I'm only working part-time, but I don't do it for the money. I'm never going to get rich off of YouTube, and I'm never going to showcase somebody else's work to do that. And that is my thoughts about that. So this all came from just saying something about, you know, there was one guy, he commented on one of my last videos, and you know, I don't want you to think I was hateful to you. I'm sorry if it felt that way. I just was stating my fact about Channel 5, but I appreciated your comment in general about my park. Alright, hey, we have been doing this for almost 50 minutes now. This turned into about an hour-long video, and I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to head out right here right now, and I'm glad you guys have journeyed with me through the park here today. There will be many more videos to come of Vista View. We are not leaving Vista View. We're just taking a hiatus as we work on some stuff so I can have some more footage for you and doing that. So what you guys will be seeing more of is other videos. City Skylines, Subnautica, Railway Empire, my 30 minutes or less videos, as well as you'll be getting 2 Planet Coaster videos a week and a live stream on Sundays. So that all starts, as you've been noticing this week. I've been doing lots of videos this week. I figured out some new things, some new tricks that are going to help promote, or not promote, produce content much quicker than what I have been. So that is all I'm going to say about that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Again, thanks for joining me so much. I will see you guys later. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.